It's more surprise and not confusion, but definitely, well, I've never had anything like this before. I need to have more, like, soon. Kind of like tucking it in, like a little blanket, like a sleeping bag, without the zipper exactly. My name is Matt Finn. I am the co-owner of Gnarly Nuts Pretzel Company. We are located just west of Chicago in Winfield, Illinois. We specialize in stuffed pretzels, and we take meats and cheeses and stuff them into our homemade dough, bake it up fresh, and it's gooey and delicious. Anything sweet and savory that you can think of. I'd say our number one stuffed pretzel that we do is Italian beef stuffed pretzel. Hefty amount of fresh Italian beef, load her in, and then it's baked in the oven, and they're ready to go. And then comes with a side of giardiniera and au jus on the side for dipping. 3 cheese is provolone, cheddar, and Monterey Jack cheese. Then you're creating a blanket within a blanket. This is the inception of pretzels rolled up nice and tight. Giant jumbo Hebrew National hot dog. Obviously, being in Chicago, hot dogs are very important to all of us, and so you gotta have a hot dog on the menu. Definitely is not your average pretzel at all. Not just your normal mall pretzel or movie theater pretzel that you would see. Here in Chicago, obviously, or in the Midwest, it does get chilly, so nothing like a loaded stuffed pretzel to battle the cold in the winter for sure.
1981年、モプシーという愛称で呼ばれるフランク・サラザールという少年がディズニーランドに行きたいと願いました。これはメイク・ア・ウィッシュが公式に叶えた最初の願いでした。それ以来、ディズニーとメイク・ア・ウィッシュは永続的な関係を築き、17万5000件以上のディズニーの願いが叶えられてきました。そしてこれらの願いは様々な形をとりますが、多くの子供たちにとってディズニーパークでの体験は彼らのリストのトップにあります。
まだ夢を見ているような気がします。現実とは思えませんが、本当に素晴らしいです。今は有名人になった気分です。私たちは
たくさんの子供たちに人生で最高の日をプレゼントするためにここにいます。最終的にマーク・ロバーや他の多くの YouTuber を招待しました。私たちはこの巨大なスーパーイベントを開催しました。その日の最高の部分は彼らがそれをできた時の顔の喜びを見ることでした。2、1
紙吹雪。
米国で私たちが叶える願いの2つには子供のディズニー体験の願いです。
飛行機で木々の上を飛んでディズニーに行くの。それからミッキーとヒップホップをするのよ。それは私たちにとってずっと忘れられない思い出で、文字通り私たちにとって世界のすべてです。2011年に家族とメイクアウィッシュの旅行に行った時、私の願いはディズニーワールドに行くことでした。それ以来ディズニーで働きたいと決めていました。2000年に家族とウォルト・ディズニーワールドにウィッシュ旅行に行きました。世界中の人々に希望を与え、家族に本当に貴重な時間を与えてくれる場所としてディズニーとの関係を本当に確固たるものにしたと思います。それは本当に重要な使命だと思いますし、私もその一員になりたいと思いました。彼女がメイクアウィッシュに応募した時、彼女の目は輝きました。ウィッシュの子供たちの多くがディズニーを選ぶことは信じられないほど意味のあることだと思いますし、それはディズニーの願いが何をするかを物語っていると思います。それは最も必要な時に希望と幸せとインスピレーションをもたらすことです。ディズニーとメイクアウィッシュがこのように協力し合うのは本当に特別なことだと思います。
大変な時期にこのような喜びを体験できたことはまさに魔法のようでした。彼女の夢を叶えてくれただけでなく、私たちの夢も叶えてくれました。
5月1日より Hulu およびフルオンディズニープラスで配信開始。
Been opening is our modern day Caprese. We have mozzarella spheres that we sphere in house, and then those burst in your mouth when you eat them. My name is Holly Gibbon. I'm the chef de cuisine of the Bazaar, Beverly Hills, the original. I like to think of us just as the original. You know, we're celebrating our 10-year anniversary, where the idea and all of it started. One of our staples since we've been opening is our modern day Capreses. So we're gonna start with our pesto. This is our mozzarella sphere. Now we're gonna add our cherry tomatoes. Gonna add our air bread croutons. Add a little balsamic reduction on the side. It's gonna get a little bit of pepper on each one. I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil on each tomato. I'm gonna put a little bit of salt on each tomato, a little Malden. Then we're gonna garnish it with a little bit of micro basil. It's really an avant-garde take on a Caprese.
if they want ethnic fare, if they want vegan fare.
Was there Korean barbecue here? There was Indian. We got poutine.
If they want only desserts.
Yeah, the place that has the snowballs where they use liquid nitrogen.
If they want a drink, we have it here. There's more than one happy place in Anaheim. The Packing House is such a special landmark here in Anaheim. It is the last remaining citrus packing warehouse left from the early 1900s.
I was like shocked by how nice it all is. I was not expecting this.
We kind of went back to the agricultural roots and celebrating food and the making of food.
Honeycomb from Temecula. This is Casio e Pepe.
This is our Acrobat Pinot Grigio. We have a keg system here.
We have the traditional roast duck. The beef brisket is my own personal recipe.
There are more than 30 small businesses here now, and they're really specialty culinary artists.
We pride ourselves in making everything from scratch. We make for our cocktails, we juice everything every day. Same for our food. The chef sources out all the produce locally, and everything's made fresh daily.
Our specialty, one of our popular dishes right now is our 18-fold, our house special noodles. It's served with yangchun noodles, stir-fried in our secret house special sauce. The reason why we call ourselves 18-fold is because the number 18 is lucky in Chinese, but as well as that is the number of pleats it takes to fully seal a soup dumpling. The weight of the dough to the amount of how the dough is made, and then the technique in terms of filling and folding on top to seal it completely.
It's going to be our choose your own wine flight.
Boxcar Wine Bar is outfitted like a 1920s boxcar. So we have our caboose in the back and our winery up in front. We have wines on tap, and we have great also local beers on tap. Whenever we have big parties in here, we serve this with a big glass of wine. It's like, oh, this is delicious.
We wanted to celebrate diversity. Anaheim is a very diverse cultural city. There's an Indian population, an Arab population, a Hispanic population, and we represented a lot of those makers here.
Well, Crossroads Barbecue originally, when we came up with the name, cross meaning that cross culture, and roasting obviously is to highlight what we serve. Pairing and customization is what makes us really unique, like maybe having pork belly on salad.
Being raised between Orange County and Zamora, Michoacan, Mexico, I was able to see what was missing. We're very well known for our enchiladas and our cocktails. We have about 75 different tequila brands here. Our Diablo cocktail is our version of our mule. So it's ginger, cassis, and tequila. You get the devil horns with the chile.
The beauty of the Anaheim Packing House is no matter how many friends and family members you have, they will all leave happy. We have something for everyone.
I think City of Anaheim currently is growing, and there's a lot more hip foods coming in. We're a mom and pop restaurant, and we love the support.
We try to source sustainably whenever we can and try to support local.
And right after we opened, we won Best Mexican Restaurant in Orange County, and I won Restaurateur of the Year.
Yeah, this place is definitely come here and try like really different foods.
I haven't actually eaten my way all the way through the Packing House myself yet.
Cheers. Cheers.
Fong means great, calm, grand peace. It's also my grandfather's name. He started this store with partners, and over time it went down to my father. There were too many people in the kitchen, as they would say, too many cooks in the kitchen, because not only were my brothers involved, my parents are still involved, uncles, so cousins. It was in the 90s, basically, playing in several local bands. Never really went too far. I guess you could call it alternative, punk, rock and roll.
I know he studied architecture. I know then he went to Russia to do some photography work, came back with a wife,
Russia, I was there as a professional photographer. Didn't want to do anything with the business until I had a child, and then I thought, right, this is stability, this is something of value, has a lot to it, more than just the financial part. It has the cultural part, the legacy part, the history part that comes along with it, and the value part that comes along with it.
This is an important part of life, eating in Chinese culture. And I'm glad he carried on the look at him, he's right there like a like a screen here. He's on the show here, right in front of there.
I wanted to resurrect the family business just as legacy, as having it continue. And I realized that I had to do it myself, so I took it on. Soy milk comes in here, pulp goes into there, then the pulp gets mixed up, and then we do a second grind here, pulp comes here, soy milk comes here. You have to chill it before you put it in your refrigerator, otherwise it'll be so hot that it will never get cold enough and it will spoil. To make it into tofu, you have to coagulate it, with a coagulant. Coagulant makes it like a curd, and then you break up the curd, and then you pour it into a form with a cheesecloth, and you press out the water to make tofu blocks. Demographics have changed, but so has the economy. Before, tofu was only purchased in shops like ours, fresh tofu. And then came the packaged tofu, and came the Asian hypermarkets or supermarkets, and people became less and less to buy fresh tofu and would prefer to get a packaged tofu. But there's nothing quite like fresh tofu. There are a lot of people who don't know what to do with tofu. Well, we have ready-to-eat tofu. It's kind of like a tofu gateway, where they can come and eat it as is, fresh. Asians don't eat tofu because it's healthy. They just eat it because it tastes good, So I think they should come and try how to see how delicious it is just as is.